I'm joined by 2020 Fighter of the Year, 5-time world champion, Teofimo Lopez. Brooklyn, we up. Teofimo, how you feeling, partner? Welcome to MSG PM.
Yeah, I'm feeling great, man. Blessed. Yes, thank you for having me. Hey, to everyone, New York, stand up. 718 BK all day, Sunset Park. I got to bring out to my brothers and my sisters out there everywhere.
You know
Much
that's
love.
right. You know that's right. You can't go anywhere within a 3-mile radius of 718 area code and not yell out Brooklyn and hear a bunch of people come up. So you know how it is. December 10th, you are right here at Madison Square Garden taking on Sandor Martin in a welterweight title eliminator fight. We know he is subbing in for Jose Pedraza. I'm sorry. How are you preparing for this fight knowing that he's a replacement?
Listen, this is actually, I'm really excited about this decision, this fight that's being made right now. And it's for the final eliminator of the WBC world title. Sandor Martin, this is actually the guy that I wanted to fight in the beginning, ending my year of 2022, and look, it turned out to be this way. Jose Pedraza, another excellent fighter, 2-time former world champion. He had non-COVID symptoms. So what happened is we had to find the other guy, and we were able to get Martine back on track. And he says he's been in the gym. He says he's been ready for us. So I don't believe this is a 3-week notice for him. I believe he's been in the gym for about 6-7 weeks. It's going to be a great fight.
Now, you mentioned wanting to fight Martine. Was there anything personal about it? Is it just his style? Do you feel like you have a better opportunity against him? Why did you want to face him in particular?
Well, there's many reasons to it. Listen, I moved up to the 140 division, first and foremost on that part. And everyone right now was occupied. Everyone was already matched up in that division. Josh Taylor is matched up in February against Cataro, and he's the WBO and Ring Magazine champion, right now. And then we got Regis Prograis with Jose Cepeda. So all these guys were all lined up that we wanted to face. So who was the best opposition for us? Sandor Martin. He beat a 4-time divisional champion who is arguably one of the best Mexican fighters of this era, Mikey Garcia, who is trained by Trainer of the Year multiple times, Robert Garcia.
Can't wait for that. My fault. Can't wait for that. December 10th, right here in the Garden, junior welterweight title eliminator fight. Can't wait for it. There's a lot of doubters out there saying that as you approach this fight, that this may not be the best matchup for you. Does this sort of give you extra motivation going into this fight on December 10th?
Absolutely. This is what it's all about. I'm the takeover, and this is what we're bringing to the table. This is what we like. We like 50-50 type of fights, and the whole thing that I really bring to the table is against all odds. That's what we represent. You against us, you against the world then.
You mentioned the nickname, the Takeover. You're from Brooklyn. We already know what that's about. But where did the Takeover nickname come from?
Oh, the takeover. Listen, I'll tell you like this. My sister, back in 2017, leading into the new year, around this time, the holidays, and I'm like, yo, sis, I don't know what it is, but like 2018, I just feel like that's my year. Like this is when I gotta show out and really put on a show for everybody. And I'm like, but I need a catchphrase. I need something like everybody else. You got Floyd Money Mayweather, you got Canelo Alvarez, but it's Saul Canelo Alvarez. Like, all these guys. I'm like, what about me? What can I mix with my name? And she was like, well, you talk about how we, how we're gonna take over the world and stuff like that, like the world and everything in it, Chico. And I'm just like, yeah. I was like, wait, hold up, say that again. And I'm like, hold up. She says, what? Takeover world. I'm like, the takeover. She says, the takeover. And we just dapped it up, me and my sister. And ever since then, there you go. We've come into fruition of the takeover.
Phenomenal nickname. Now, let's read a list of names, all right? Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, Super Zab Judah, Breland. I mean, Brooklyn just breeds a certain type of swagger when it comes to fighting, and especially boxing. Why is Brooklyn such a great producer of such great boxing talent?
You forgot my main one, too, Shannon the Cannon Briggs from BK. That's my guy as well.
Sir.
All these guys, and these are legends, man. These guys walk in the room anywhere, and they're respected around the board. So, those are the things. What brings it is that it's the birth of BK. It's the birth of the ground, the root. That's what it is. It's the root. It's hard to explain it. Like, you got to live it to understand it. Like, it's just the root of carrying stuff. I mean, when we come to a part where we have something to say, when we have something to say to the people, we're going to say it. We're going to speak out upon it. And we don't care if it hurts or anything. We just speak our truth. And that's that carry of root. I can't really explain it. You got to be from New York. You do. You got to have some type of gene of New York in you to understand where we come from, you know? And that was the difference maker, why these fighters come out there and we fight, because we come from the mud. You know, we had to hustle. This is a real hustling era. This is right here the real hustling root of everything that grows. Why they say, Frank Sinatra said it best, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And that's what we're doing. This is not just a takeover. This is takeover worldwide.
That's a fact, man. Sinatra said it best. Who are some of your idols growing up?
Yeah, man, you one of them.
You're too kind, brother. You're too kind.
Well, I'll tell you, but man, my inspirations and my motivations, man, is fellas like you that know how to carry your way, and know how to understand your way. And Mike Tyson was one of my roots, man. One of my guys, and especially coming out of BK, why not? Like, that was it. You know, the way he is, I know that I have that in me. You know, and the Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all times, the greatest of ever. You know, no one could ever emulate that man, ever. And no matter how much we try. And it wasn't about that. It was the fact that these guys inspired me in a way of, you stand on something, you don't fall on anything. And I respect that heavily. And I took that with me, and I'm just carrying it with me now, just so we can keep on pushing. And, you know, give everybody a great show, man. This is what it's all about. December 10th, Madison Square Garden on ESPN. Get your tickets now. And to everybody, we're going to put on a show.
Fighting in the Garden, it comes with a lot of history. There's a lot of incredible names that have boxed in the Garden. What does it feel like for you having your own history in the Garden coming up?
To be honest, I won my first world title at Madison Square Garden back in 2019 against the champion, Richard Comey, during the time. Like, those are the moments right there. Like, I tell people across the board, I tell people in my sport, in interviews, I say it like this. I say, this Madison Square Garden is where legends are born. They're not made there. They're born there. You know, and I mean, we had Stark, we had Ewing, come on, man. Like, I could go on and on with these guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then who performed on top of that? There's so many great athletes, great champions, you know, along the way. When you go in that room, Madison Square Garden, it's not a room. It's a whole different environment. It's a whole different vibration. Every time I go in there, I perform at my greatest because it's Madison Square Garden. It's my home. It's my home to my New Yorkers, to everybody out there, BK, to everybody. It's all about that, man, spreading love. It's the Brooklyn way.
Teofimo Lopez, you got Brooklyn on your back. And December 10th, you will be taking on Sandor Martin in a WBC Junior Welterweight title eliminator fight. Good luck to you, and thank you so much for joining us on MSG PM.
Yo, thank you guys for having me. Can't wait to give you guys a show.
Yes,
Salute.
sir. Salute.